Hello guys, welcome to this lecture of Notion's Mindful User. So the title is The Mindful Notioner. Pretty much says someone who uses Notion in a very mindful manner, not really straying away from principles but yet still experimenting new things with a certain foundation. Let me tell you what those are. While telling you, I'm also going to give you some practical lessons. Very first one is centralize, textualize. Centralizing your information in the master databases and then creating contextual views as dashboard. This is the core principle because whenever you have this as standard, a core principle in the way you're organizing the information and making it effective, this principle will make it an effect because all your information is gathered at one area and you have contextual views that are going to help you focus. Yes, contextual views will help you focus. That is the most important thing as well. Well, let me give you an understanding of this. Here in project management, hierarchical, each project will have tasks, all are related, meetings and events created with project management, same principle. So if you look into project, here, this is a master database. Here we can all tasks from all the project. Here we have resources that are necessary for certain tasks to be completed or for project important. So these are master databases. Here you have meeting, but these are master databases. If we go into the project, open up the project, here textual views means only the resources, the meetings and that belong to this particular project, right? That is a great example of showing information database focused contextual views. This helps a lot. This is a good example for that. This core principle can actually do how for anyone who is trying to create a project, because having all the tasks database will give you a project at the same time create contextual help you focus when you project contextual views serve a big purpose over there. Heed hierarchy, which means understand this. Hierarchy means levels, and this is very critical because hierarchy exists to provide a structure. Just it makes sure that your system working well within its structure. So you have to heed the hierarchy. Let me give you an understanding. Keep information accurate. When you have a hierarchy, information will seem accurate using databases instead of standalone pages. When you're using databases across the hierarchies, all the information will remain accurate. Information is going to stay consistent because whenever a particular area of the data all the linked databases are going to adapt that particular database. Will be the information will be consistent and manageable, which means you can organize your data either through contextual views or manage it from a master database. Your information is pretty much standard. It has a level of confidence when you have this kind of hierarchy just within your system. Yes. And then it reduces redundancy. Yes. When you have the same kind of database level, what it helps you to do is it reduces redundancy. The places where you can edit is going to change. Same time, one area at a place going to help same kind of views textual, because all of them are interlinked. You can actually use linked databases and the context views. Redundancy is you have to edit, then it you have to keep consistent is used. Leverage notion powerful relational data model. Yes, relational data model is where you can keep hierarchies linked. Like I have it's the areas of response, but let's first show project. Each project will have multiple number of tasks that have to be performed and finished for the project to accomplish. Second level, or you can actually finish the task. Those are going to be at the bottom level. Understand this. When you maintain the relations, tasks within tasks, projects, because we know which resources where you can act. You're keeping everything intact. Relational data models are automatically create contextual views. Automatically create contextual views, like I have done earlier. By the project, you can see database here, creating a context. If I want to here we have this contextual view is so easy to create. It's going to be easy for you. use by this is a particular hierarchical view that I'm going to. Workspaces are entirely dependent. Workspaces exist at the toppest level of hierarchy. Like these are different areas of your personal and professional philanthropy, finances, health, investment, finances. Your else can be professional. In there it would be your some your content creation process. When your finances will be there are different you can also say researching for YouTube videos will be workspaces are entirely independent. Pages are your strategic hierarchy. You're here you have to use databases. Alone pages are not be transferred in database. Pages are where pages workspace. After that, blocks. These are technically pages. Database items are sub pages. These are where your tab everything falls down. You have to have a certain amount of integrity within your system that is going to pick themselves for why only three? Because pretty much this is from Tiago Forte that the number four called magic. Research indicating seems to be the natural process. Whenever a system's hierarchy exceeds the limit of four, it naturally becomes a bottleneck. Tend to think too much instead of acting. Have to have this kind of what do we say? Kind of go-to process. A system that is going to stick with this three or four level of hierarchy, actually related and is consistent across all the areas. Then make Notion yours. You have to be able to customize your Notion for yourself instead of just simply sticking with what everyone else quoting on the internet. You have to be able to use Notion as like writing. It has to be on your fingertips. You have this level of skill and customizability within grasp. You will be able to make certain feel much more free and comfortable in using it. Understand this. Notion is very powerful tool, but its power is only lacked by your ability and then stay nimble. You have to keep it simple, stay nimble, because a lot of times people try to overcomplicate what things to have, what has to be done, but eventually it falls down to simple. The more simple it is, the better it can process. Then be aware of what you share. Yes, shareability has its own perks and its caveat. You can share anything you want. Time you can, depending on your cause, is headache time. Certain times people share something just within the area where they private information. So you have to be very careful about what you it shouldn't be shared. Be aware of what you share. Then use icons consistently. Exactly. Using icons consistently will give you consistency to look. And this that icons are optional. These things can actually help you getting very good stickability. Whenever there is some kind of graphical interface or using it, your mind sticks to it. Easy thing, not something. Use icons. Good example would be here are some use. Want to use, just copy this. You will be provided icons. .com. Those are free to use icons. So these are very useful. Using icon, great, great sense of interactivity, action. Databases are not spreadsheets. You have to understand. Databases, collection of records. Spreadsheets are like collection. Here, records, properties are column. Saying whenever you use column, like first reference values, spreadsheet you will here. This is a different area on how, but do and then value the volume. Exactly. You cannot simply something is text. You cannot simply use it to this is not have to you have to value what types are and always yes you have to sort your databases always. Reason or key doesn't mean that you have to but just once, but sort it in the order in key because you have to understand this. You don't want to go through tasks between up, down. That's going to create a lot of cognitive load. You have to be able to seamlessly go through one after the other. How do you decide which one to go after one after the other? You have to sort. That is due date, priority, or energy, or impact level. It's up for you to decide which way, but you have to use it. That is pretty much about the mind. These principles are pretty much will. Notion is not just a simple black and white text pad. Powerful, productive, and any organization, startups, everybody, education organization, freelance organization, everybody are using to efficientize their entire workflow Notion. It is for you to advantage of this is as advanced as any time. Go ahead and try learn Notion practically. Thank you very much, guys.